Hello folks, the Y Guy here again. Welcome to my home on this very beautiful spring, possibly summer day. The name of this video is called The Y Guy Exposes a Religious Thief. Or I should just say, exposes religious thieves. That might be a better, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not talking about something that we're all very familiar with as far as televangelists that sell the idea of seed money. Have you heard that one before? Seed money. It's described by them as planting a seed, a financial seed, into their ministry, and God will return it to you as the giver many, many times over. Have you heard that one before? Well, anyway, let's not also forget that famous Bible verse that's often used that says, "Given it shall be given, pressed down, shaken together, running over, and good measure shall men give unto your bosom." I just pulled that out of my hat. I mean, I've been to so many churches that preached that during my lifetime that I have that one memorized. Anyway, I was never involved personally with asking for money in that fashion, but I've been to enough churches that did so. Even with that said, let me be clear. Let me be clear about something. There's absolutely nothing wrong with charitable giving, nothing at all, to any ministry who has really blessed you, okay? But there's something way, way off, in my opinion, okay? Way, way off with how some evangelists and pastors live in luxury because of that giving. And while those who give are barely making ends meet. Okay, that's an issue I have, but that's between me and God, okay? Well, because of these abuses, does that mean that we throw the baby out with the proverbial baby out with the proverbial dirty bathwater? No, of course not. We don't do that. But even the Apostle Paul continually asked for financial help from time to time to various different churches to subsidize his tent-making business. So what did Paul have to say about people who preach out of selfish motives and ambitions that, that we're all real familiar with? This is what he said in Philippians 1:17. "The former preach Christ out of selfish ambition, not sincerely, but what does it matter? The important thing is that in every way, whether from false motives or true, Christ is preached, and because of this I rejoice, yes, I will continue to rejoice." Close quote. It seems as if Paul is letting them off the hook, okay? I don't understand that, but that's beside the point. Regardless of what Paul wrote, I personally consider some of these people charlatans and con artists and thieves, but there's far more thievery, far more and worse kind of thievery going on within Christendom that steals from everyone pretty much equally, no matter what their financial status. Okay? And no, it's not about the offering plate that's passed around during church service. But instead it's about John 10:10, where Jesus is saying, "The thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly." The thief that is written about in the book of John is what I'm actually wanting to refer to in this video. All right? Where my title is "Why Guy Exposes a Religious Thief." All right? No, the thief written about in the book of John, who is this thief? That's a good question to ask next. Who is the thief that John is writing about? And does he or she have a name? No, it's not the name of Satan. Okay, it's not. Because that's not a name. It's not. It's not a name of anyone, but only an attribute or description of someone or something. That's all it is. So if, goodness, the wind, hopefully it's not going to rumble the microphone, but it blew my notes away. Oh, goodness. Where was I? Okay. So anyway, it's not the name of some devil-type character as we've been taught. Then who or what was Jesus referring? Well, let me digress just for a moment on this context. Technically, anyone who is a thief is an adversary to those whom he or she is stealing from, right? Okay, so in that context, in this regard, it is ha-satan. That's the Hebrew words for the Satan, who is the thief. So yes, Satan is the thief, but not as a name, but as a description. Okay, you're with me? I hope that made sense. Back on topic. So who is Jesus speaking to in John 10:10? The answer is the Jews, of course. The law was the door that the thieves, the teachers of the law, were the thieves, were trying to enter into the residence, the hearts, and the minds of the folks in order to steal, kill, and destroy. So how does this apply to us who are in modern Christianity? I think it's quite obvious. Excuse me. For centuries, Christendom has been chipping away at grace and replacing it with some form of law. So let me offer two of many examples. By grace, we are saved. Not by any works that anyone can do, okay? But yet, Christendom doesn't consider the free will a work. I'm telling you in this video, it's a law. Free will is a Christian law, okay? It's a law that steals, kills, and destroys grace. And the ones who teach it are the thieves. Of course, we have a will, but grace has absolutely nothing to do with it. Frankly, it's grace that allows us to have a free will in the first place, folks. It's not the other way around. It's not the free will that allows nor gives grace its power. But instead, it's God's love in operation that gives it its power. Okay? Not us. And example 2, it's not veering off topic by saying there's no need for hell due to the existence of grace. Let that sink in. As my notes continue to fall off, blow down, blow off. Oh, where was I? Oh, I'm falling over. Yow! I'm on some gravel on a plastic chair. The legs just kind of... Where was I? Okay. Judge the fruit. I say that we can do that about everything that we believe. Judge the fruit of what we believe, what you believe. The free will doctrine is a Christian law that at face value is built on uncertainty, which is similar to building a house on sand. And that kind of ambiguity produces bad fruit in our lives. Are you actually telling me that you can trust your own will? Really? If you can, you're a far better person than yours truly here. All right? Doctrines of men from Christendom is unwittingly telling their people not to have a reliance on God's competence by forcing them to rely on their own wills. Okay? Rely on their own competence. The teachers of this law are thieves that come to steal, kill, and destroy a trust in God's grace and His competence. Likewise, the fruit produced by the doctrine of hell is fear. That is the fruit. I call it the law of fear. And the teachers of this law are thieves that come to steal, kill, and destroy a trust in both God's love and His grace. And in closing this video, according to secular law enforcement, statistically speaking, most thieves steal from members of their own family. Isn't that pathetic? Anyway, and in this context, I'm referring to your church family. Okay? Oh. You know, I know it's hard because you love those people. I most certainly did too. You love those people, but please, please, no longer open the door of your heart, your house. Don't open the door of your house to those who unknowingly, most of the time, are there to steal, kill, and destroy. Guard that house, okay? Well, look me up on Facebook under a group called the Y Guy Group, and that's a private group. I have a public timeline under the name of Jonathan Jones. I meant to type Jonathan, but I misspelled it. Because that's an avatar name, it's not my real name, because I just feel I'm too controversial just to let my whole life be out there, okay, in social media. Thanks for understanding that, by the way. Guard those of you who know who I am. Guard me, please. Thank you. And anyway, I'm going to leave 6 links on the Show Me More section. If you want to contribute to this ministry, no, I'm not a ministry. Okay, not at all. But I do have a link to Patreon and Ko-fi if you would like to help support what I'm doing on this channel. And I'm going to leave those 2 links in the Show Me More section. And I'm going to leave 3 more to the 3 books that I have written, and they're you can find them on Amazon. And 1 link to my website, thatwhyguy.com. So thank you for viewing, and I hope this entertains you somewhat.